Okay, it's time for a new vlog as it's the 1st of August. And first and foremost, I'd like to pass my condolences to the tragic events that happened in the UK, in Liverpool, in Stockport, where several children have lost their lives. So my heart and thoughts go with the families. And it's really disgusting at the moment where you especially social media, where you've got misinformation and racial hatred now going on, especially with the violence that's gone on there. And basically it's just, especially with some of these racist and the right-wing groups and people that have just hijacked a tragic event simply just to push forward their agenda, when in which obviously quite clearly you can tell that they don't care about or give a damn about the tragic loss of those young children. And yeah, it's kind of disgusting really how people are using tragic events for their own personal gain, and on social media where people are spreading misinformation and hatred, when there are real thoughts and concerns should be with those poor young children that have lost their lives, and obviously those grieving families that are having to, live with that for the rest of their life. So that's where our hearts and thoughts should be, not with the violence against the police or the different minorities or religions in that community. Our thoughts should be with those poor children that unfortunately will never be able to grow up and have families and have a life. And obviously with the family of those poor children, our thoughts should be with them, and my thoughts and condolences go to those families all that have been affected by these tragic events. Anyway, so that's kind of out of the way. So now what I've been up to, I haven't been doing as much as what I would have wanted to do. Last time I streamed on Twitch was about 2-3 weeks ago, as my family were away on a holiday. So there's been a lot of things that I've been having to do. I'm currently renovating my bathroom. I'm doing it myself. Obviously if I had the money, I would have paid somebody to sit there and do it, and I can't rely on other people to do it. So I'm doing a little bits and pieces here and there to what I can, and hopefully the hard work will pay off. But it's going to take a very long time because I can only do so much, and especially with my health problems, sometimes I have good days and sometimes I have bad days. So yeah, that has been taking a lot of my time at the moment, and other things and other health conditions where I've got a hospital appointment which will be on the 3rd of August to do with my eyes. So I don't know how bad that's going to be. I know that before I was told I may possibly need an operation. So I don't know how bad it's going to be, but I'm kind of not surprised, because with me, when it's not one thing, it's something else. I have been trying to upload content as regularly as I can, so which people have seen when it comes to unboxings. I've uploaded a couple of Blu-ray unboxings, which I've done, and I've got a couple more to upload. And I've even got 2 Blu-ray films that I haven't done yet, so I need to sit there and do them. I've got some DC Multiverse figures that I got for Christmas that I need to unbox, and I've actually got one on its way. And I think the one that's on its way, I think I might film first when it turns up. So that should be sometime next week. According to the eBay seller, hopefully it does turn up. But this particular figure, which I won't spoil what it is yet, it is DC related. So, and from what I've saw the figure in the other YouTubers do it actually looks pretty cool. And well, I'll say it's related to Infinite Crisis, so you'll see exactly what it is, right when it arrives and I've filmed the unboxing. I've been watching a couple of shows. Been watching House of the Dragons season 2, and obviously they've made a shorter season this year for season 2, so it's 8 episodes, and as of Sunday coming, that's going to be the actual finale. Star Wars Acolytes, didn't like it at all. Had a lot of potential, but just wasn't kind of great. I don't know what it is with the modern Star Wars now, especially under Disney, where it hasn't been that kind of great. When you read the actual novelizations of the Star Wars books before they were made non-canon, to me they were a lot better, especially the ones written by author Timothy Zahn, where he did one book called Heir to the Empire, and that was kind of really good. So if you can actually find out, I think he did a trilogy of those books. So I would, I think there's one called Shout to the Empire as well. So I highly would recommend. I might even do a video on those books, showcasing them. So yeah, I'd recommend kind of watching them. I watched Star Trek Prodigy season 1. I watched the first half of it when it was on Paramount Plus, which was free with Sky Cinema, and then obviously it got taken off of there. So luckily it was put on Netflix, so I watched the second half of season 1. I've watched all of season 2, and I really enjoyed that. Although I didn't like kind of what they did to the Del character, but they kind of redeemed him towards the end. And I do like how it ties into Star Trek Picard, and I do like the fact that you got to see a lot of the Star Trek Voyager characters, which I thought was kind of really great. Obviously, and then the fact that they brought back the same voice the actual actors voicing their characters, so that was really great. Finished also watching My Adventures with Superman season 2. The finale was absolutely brilliant. When I first heard about the series from season 1, when I saw the trailers and the first pictures of it, I thought, oh god, there we go. They're just gonna make a wacky modern day take on the character, you know, obviously for younger viewers. And I was actually really mistaken. It was actually really, really good. Season 2 for me was even better in terms of the story. Brainiac was such a maniacal, evil villain. I'm hoping that we do see him in the live action, especially with the new Superman. Obviously, there are rumors about Brainiac being in it, along with obviously Lex Luthor being the main antagonist. So I'm hoping that's the case, and them bringing Supergirl into it, and they do like a slightly different telling of her character, but I thought she was great. And obviously, it's already been renewed for season 4, I think, and they've showcased some of the animation for season 3. So now Supergirl is part of the regular cast, and they've also will be introducing Superboy, the way how he looked in the Reign of the Superman, where obviously he's got the leather jacket and the hair, but obviously unknown as to what they're going to be doing you know, how they're going to be doing his origin, whether he's going to be obviously the clone. And obviously Lex Luthor in the other season 1 and 2 obviously had hair. They've already confirmed that he's going to be bald. So yes, that's going to be great. We've also seen posters and trailers and previews of Superman and Lois. That looks good as well. I'm hearing that there's going to be quite a lot of cameos throughout the last season. Obviously, with season 4 being the last season, which is a shame, really. And also that Tom Cavanaugh will be appearing towards the end of it, and he'll be playing. They haven't revealed what the mysterious character they'll be playing, but they have said that it is a DC comic character, so that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting as to what the cameos are gonna be. Could they be comic book completely new characters? Are they gonna be characters that we've seen in the CW shows? Again, it's going to be very interesting, so I'm looking forward to that. And the actual preview that they showed of Superman fighting Doomsday looked absolutely awesome. So yeah, looking forward to that. So I've been watching that. Masters of the Universe Revelations, I've been watching that. I did watch the first season, and I've watched what's it, they call it part 1, and then the second season, which is part 2, and then obviously I've watched that, and now I just need to watch part 3 now. So that's gonna be great. I watched the movie I, Robot, which I haven't watched in age, with Will Smith. Absolutely loved that movie. I did watch the Beverly Hills Cop 4, as it's known as Beverly Hills Cop Axel F, and really enjoyed that as well. It felt like a mixture of the first and second one. I still think that the first and second one are the best ones. And with this one, compared to the third one that came out, they even take the mickey out of that as well. But yeah, it was absolutely great seeing Eddie Murphy back as Axel Foley, so that was really great seeing that. My local cinema chain, which also went bust, it was the Empire Cinema chain. Now they're obviously the council, they've done this deal with this new cinema chain, and when I went past it, they were putting up the new sign of the new cinema. But I do know why it's taking so long is because they had to replace equipment, because there was an illegal rave or party in there, so they wrecked all the equipment, so they had to replace thousands upon tens of thousands of pounds of equipment that were there. So apparently they're supposed to be putting in new state-of-the-art equipment. The biggest concerns for me is going to be how much they're going to be charging for the for the cinema tickets, because under the other one it was really expensive, and as you already know, cinema tickets are very expensive now. And we've also had the news that in the UK that Cineworld is going to be closing some of their cinema chains, because obviously they're not making enough money, which kind of isn't a surprise there, so that's a real shame. Obviously we know now it is going to be moving towards a streaming format now, because obviously the fact that you can don't have to leave the comfort of your home now, so that's where it's going at the moment, which is kind of a real shame. I've been doing Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I've been doing certain random missions, well, my way of actually doing it, and with most of them I managed to get S ratings and most of them. So it's basically I thought I decided to do a couple. I might do a few more videos showing you how to take out certain missions and how to do it stealth, not only without killing anybody, but without being detected. But obviously that's also going to depend on whether or not the missions have copyright music in it, because some of the missions do, and some of the missions that I like, some missions I don't like. So I'm just going to pick certain random missions that I feel like that I want to do. So hopefully if people are playing the game and then obviously they search to how to do certain missions, then they can look at the way I do it, and then maybe that might help them, or they can be inspired to take bits of how I've done certain things, and that might help them. So I've been doing that. As for a lot of the video games I've been playing, there's a lot of demos that have been released, and I really need to sit there and start doing playthroughs of them. So expect to see that at some point. Again, as before, I need to start getting back on Twitch again, but as before, it's been kind of really tiring. Like being able to sit there and actually finding energy to do that. But I do want to sit there and get back to doing that, and maybe even doing a live stream or two on YouTube that I want to do. And then also obviously I've been doing uploads of the new comic releases, but I want to sit there and get back to doing some of my old classic rare comics that I have, and obviously my comic collection that I've been doing. I've got some drink reviews that I want to do as well. Hopefully people will sit down like that, and maybe some food reviews in the up and coming future that I kind of want to do. I've done a couple of rare rant videos. Obviously people would have seen the McDonald one, and to cut that story off, to cap it up, I did get a reply back from the head office. Basically, they apologised, the same old rhetoric that they say that they're going to pass on feedback to the particular branch, and then they gave me 2 free medium meals rather than the one that they usually do, which I suppose it's better than nothing. You don't have to get a free meal, but having to go through that process again. And obviously, that one I think it expires at the end of the year, so I'll probably use them at some point just for the sake of it. But I know the service is not going to kind of change. You would have seen my YouTube video short where it's called Unfortunately, where I had a plan to get a computer, but due to circumstances which weren't my fault, that will no longer be happening, which is a shame, because I had big plans and what I wanted to do and what I was gonna do with having that particular thing. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But maybe one day I'll maybe tell the story as to kind of what really happened about that. But I'm not really in the mood to kind of go on about that at the moment. Again, so yeah, just expect to see more Blu-ray unboxings. What I need to do, more of my steelbook collection, more of my comic book stuff. I do really want to do a follow-up video on the iPhone 15 Pro, because there's a lot of good things that I really want to sit and talk about that, which I've just kind of, since having it since around about October, I'd say, there's a lot of good things that I actually do like about that phone. Obviously the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro will be coming out October, September, September's when they announce it. So, but I want to sit down and talk about what my feelings are of the phone now, and some things I'm actually really impressed about. Same thing with the Series 9 iWatch, which I'm really which probably is the best Apple purchase that I've bought in many a year, I would say. Oh, and obviously they're going to be releasing a new version of that as well. So hopefully that will be my follow-up video on what I think about of that the Bluetooth device. But obviously, all I can tell you is that both of those things have been really positive. But yeah, I'm hoping to try and do more video gameplay. Some of my classic games like on the GameCube, which obviously will be done filming it with this phone, rather than you know, like people that now go on a computer of some kind. Which, if things had gone to the way they were, I mean, in the future things would have been a lot easier, a lot better, and especially with editing and stuff like that. So yeah, just expect to see more of the same really. And yeah, I'll speak to you all again next month. So please, I'll just want to leave what I say by saying, stop with all the hatred and all the vile negative stuff that I see on social media. It's really not good on anybody, especially when it comes to mental health. That's why I try to do what I have to do in there, and I just disappear because it could be overwhelming. So try to be kind to one another despite all the bad things that are going on in the world. And yeah, I'll speak to you again next month, which will be in September.